The NYPD has stepped up security here in New York. Armed officers stood outside the French consulate tonight as the flags were lowered to half-staff, honoring the victims. CBS 2's Jessica Schneider is live outside the consulate on Manhattan's Upper East Side. Jessica.
Maurice, security is intense outside the French consulate here on Fifth Avenue. The NYPD has sent critical response vehicles to landmarks all over the city, including French schools, the French Cultural Center, and the French Mission. There is no specific threat against the city, but security is stepped up at major landmarks. In Times Square, NYPD Hercules teams are patrolling through the crowds. In front of the French consulate, there are also the heavily armed anti-terror forces, all being dispatched to maintain a strong police presence in the midst of the Paris attacks, and also to reassure people in this city they are safe.
This is something we spent a great deal of time preparing for. That's why we have 3 rings of protection guarding New York City 24 hours a day.
Earlier at the French consulate, the flag was lowered to half-staff. As the FBI and Homeland Security monitor the events in Paris, law enforcement stresses there is no threat against New York City or the United States.
Our agencies are all operating assuming that there is going to be an attack. Now, there's no evidence that there's going to be, but you act on the assumption that there is.
Long Island Congressman Peter King is a member of the Homeland Security Committee and says an attack like this has long been a concern.
They've had thousands of French citizens go from France to Syria to fight alongside ISIS. So they've been trained as terrorists. And now the fear was all along they would come back up into France and carry out an attack similar to this.
The war on terrorism is awful, and anyone who thinks it's over can just look across the ocean tonight and see the horror. We cannot let up. We cannot let our guard down. There are things that we do to stop terrorists.
Mayor de Blasio is urging calm.
If anything happens that we need to inform the people of the city about, we will.
And people here on the Upper East Side ready outside the entrance to the consulate here. Meanwhile, NYPD sources tell me that these stepped-up patrols will be in effect until at least Monday. Live on the Upper East Side, Jessica Schneider, CBS 2 News.
Jessica, thank you.